Have you ever stopped to ask yourself this question? When all is said and done, what will truly remain of your life? Will it be the titles you earned, the money you accumulated, or the fleeting applause of the crowd? Or will it be something far deeper, far more enduring, a meaning that time cannot erase? Today, I want to take you on a journey to discover a path that leads not to temporary success, but to a life of significance that stands the test of time. Many people in our world today have been conditioned to believe that success and meaning are one and the same. We are constantly surrounded by messages that tell us wealth, status, and recognition are the ultimate markers of a life well lived. From a young age, we are taught to chase grades, earn titles, accumulate possessions, and gain applause from others. But the truth is that all of these things are temporary. They are fleeting moments that may bring a sense of satisfaction in the short term, yet they rarely provide lasting fulfillment. A new car, a promotion, or a luxurious vacation can excite the senses, but those pleasures fade quickly, leaving a lingering emptiness that whispers, "There must be more." Many have discovered, often through personal trials or seasons of disappointment, that chasing the world's version of success leaves the heart unsatisfied. The world offers many illusions of significance, and it is easy to fall prey to the trap of believing that our value is tied to what we possess or how we are perceived. Social media, for example, magnifies this illusion by highlighting the achievements, appearances, and lifestyles of others, creating a distorted benchmark for what life should be. Yet behind every picture-perfect facade, there are struggles, doubts, and moments of despair that are invisible to the public eye. True meaning, however, does not depend on applause, recognition, or accumulation. It is not a fleeting emotion or a temporary high. It is a deep sense of fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with purpose, from knowing that our lives matter in ways that reach beyond ourselves. When we begin to understand that our worth is inherent and not determined by external measures, we free ourselves from the endless pursuit of the superficial. Meaning becomes about substance rather than show, about depth rather than display. It becomes about the choices we make when no one is watching, the love we extend when it is inconvenient, and the integrity we uphold when it costs us something. While worldly achievements may fade with time, the value of a life lived with intentionality, integrity, and love endures. This kind of meaning does not require validation from others because it is anchored in a foundation far deeper than fame, far richer than material gain, and far more satisfying than fleeting success. In recognizing the difference between what is temporary and what truly matters, we begin to see that a meaningful life is not measured by numbers, titles, or possessions, but by the impact we leave and the legacy we build for those who follow. Each person who walks this earth has been placed here with intention. Life is not random, and your existence is not accidental. From the very beginning, you were designed with unique gifts, passions, and experiences that are meant to contribute to a larger story. Many people spend their lives wandering aimlessly, feeling lost or unsure of their purpose, because they are looking for meaning in all the wrong places through comparison, distraction, or temporary pleasures. But purpose is not something you stumble upon by chance. It is something you discover when you begin to pay attention to the clues embedded in your life. Your talents, the things that excite your spirit, the struggles you have faced, and even the pain you have endured are all part of a blueprint pointing toward your mission. Purpose is like a compass. It gives direction, it keeps you steady when life is chaotic, and it helps you distinguish between what is merely urgent and what is truly important. Many fail to recognize their purpose because they are listening to the noise of the world, which tells them to chase what is popular or lucrative rather than what is meaningful. But when you take time to reflect on your passions, your skills, and the moments in which you feel most alive, you begin to see patterns that point to the unique role you were meant to play. Purpose is not only about what you achieve, but also about who you become in the process. It is not measured by accolades or approval, but by the alignment of your life with the calling that resonates deeply in your heart. When you embrace this truth, life takes on clarity and focus. Decisions become easier because they are filtered through the lens of your purpose. Opportunities that are aligned with your calling feel right, even if they require sacrifice, and doors that are not meant for you seem to close naturally. Discovering purpose also transforms how you handle trials and setbacks. Challenges no longer seem random or meaningless because they are shaping you for the path you are meant to walk. Every experience, every relationship, every difficulty has the potential to teach, to refine, and to prepare you for the work only you can do. Purpose gives life cohesion. It connects the dots of your experiences into a meaningful narrative that is uniquely yours. When you fully embrace your intentional placement in this world, You no longer feel like a wanderer in search of significance, because significance begins with recognizing that your life was designed for a reason, and the fulfillment that comes from living intentionally cannot be found anywhere else. Meaning is not something that happens by accident. It is cultivated over time through consistent choices and a commitment to living with integrity. Many people underestimate the power of small, everyday decisions, yet it is in these moments that the foundation of a meaningful life is laid. Every act of kindness, every decision to do what is right even when it is difficult, and every moment we choose honesty over convenience contributes to a life of substance. Integrity is more than a moral code. It is a way of life that aligns our actions with our values. Without it, achievements and accomplishments can feel hollow because they are not rooted in authenticity. Consistency matters just as much as integrity. It is easy to make a good choice once or twice, but the real test of character comes when those choices are repeated day after day. Even when no one is watching, the life of meaning is built not in grand gestures alone, but in the ordinary moments where diligence, patience, and faithfulness are applied. Consider the person who serves quietly, who speaks words of encouragement when it costs them nothing, or who persists in hard work without immediate reward. These choices, though often unnoticed by the world, create ripples that extend far beyond the moment and touch lives in ways that may never be fully seen or understood. Discipline is another critical component. Living intentionally means resisting the temptation to take shortcuts or to compromise standards for temporary gain. It means persevering through challenges, maintaining focus on long-term goals, and making sacrifices that build character and endurance. A meaningful life also requires reflection and self-awareness, being honest about our motives, acknowledging our weaknesses, and striving to grow continuously. Every mistake and setback is an opportunity to learn and to strengthen the commitment to live purposefully. Relationships play a role as well. Consistency and integrity extend into the way we treat others. The love, respect, and care we show to family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers create a legacy that outlives material possessions and fleeting accolades. Ultimately, the choices we make consistently shape the story of our lives. When we live with integrity, discipline, and dedication, we create a life that not only fulfills our own sense of purpose, but also becomes a source of inspiration and impact for others. Meaning is therefore not a destination, but a practice cultivated in the daily decisions and habits that define who we are and the legacy we leave behind. Meaning is not meant to be experienced in isolation. Life reaches its fullest significance when it is shared, when the impact of our actions extends beyond ourselves to touch the lives of others. Too often, people measure success and fulfillment purely by personal gain, but a life that stands the test of time is measured by the relationships we nurture and the influence we have on the world around us. The people we invest in, the family members, friends, colleagues, and even strangers we encounter become the vessels through which our lives acquire lasting value. Acts of love, kindness, mentorship, and encouragement create connections that echo far beyond the immediate moment. Every time we offer a helping hand, speak words of hope, or provide support to someone in need, we are contributing to a legacy that time cannot erase. Relationships require intentionality. They demand that we show up, listen, and engage sincerely. They require patience, forgiveness, and a willingness to put the needs of others alongside or even above our own. Building meaningful connections is not always convenient, and it often comes with challenges and sacrifices, yet these very efforts are what transform ordinary interactions into lasting impact. Moreover, relational meaning multiplies over time. The investment we make in others not only shapes their lives, but creates a ripple effect that can influence generations. A word of wisdom shared with a young person, a gesture of care for a neighbor, or a consistent example of integrity and faithfulness can inspire actions and choices long after we are gone. This relational dimension of life also teaches humility and dependence, reminding us that we are not self-sufficient islands, but part of a larger community. Meaningful relationships challenge us to grow, to become more patient, compassionate, and understanding. They reveal our blind spots, call us to accountability, and stretch our capacity to love beyond convenience. Importantly, relational impact is not limited to the visible or celebrated. Often the most significant influence occurs in quiet, unseen ways. The encouragement given to someone who feels overlooked, the counsel shared in confidence, the time invested in teaching or mentoring. These are the acts that build a life of enduring significance. Ultimately, the value of our lives is amplified by the ways we touch others, the hearts we nurture, and the legacy of influence we leave behind. A meaningful life is therefore not measured solely by personal accomplishments, but by the lasting difference we make in the lives of those around us, the enduring bonds we cultivate, and the influence that extends well beyond our own time. Faith is the anchor that sustains a meaningful life when circumstances are uncertain and challenges arise. Many people search for purpose and significance, yet they overlook the vital role of trusting in something larger than themselves. Life is filled with seasons of difficulty, disappointment, and confusion, and without faith, it is easy to become disheartened or lose direction. Faith provides a perspective that sees beyond the immediate, recognizing that even when situations appear chaotic or unfair, there is a larger plan at work. It gives hope when the world offers none and stability when the storms of life threaten to overwhelm. Faith is not merely believing that things will work out according to our desires. It is trusting in the process, trusting in a purpose, and trusting that our lives are part of a bigger story. When grounded in faith, challenges are no longer meaningless obstacles, but opportunities for growth, learning, and preparation for greater responsibility. Faith enables resilience. It allows individuals to endure hardships without abandoning their values or their sense of purpose. It teaches patience, reminding us that not everything unfolds according to our timing, and that perseverance is often required before the fruit of our labor becomes visible. Beyond resilience, faith cultivates courage. It empowers us to step into situations that are uncertain, to take risks aligned with our purpose, and to make choices that reflect long-term significance rather than short-term comfort. Faith also provides clarity and direction. When life presents multiple paths, faith helps distinguish the choices that align with our deeper purpose from those that may seem appealing but ultimately lead us astray. It instills confidence even when we cannot see the full picture. Our steps are guided and our efforts have meaning. Moreover, faith fosters humility and reliance on a source of strength beyond ourselves. It reminds us that while our actions matter, they are part of a greater design, and that surrendering control does not mean inactivity, but trusting that our contributions are amplified when aligned with purpose. Living with faith transforms the ordinary into extraordinary, the trials into testimony, and the struggles into stepping stones towards significance. It gives us a sense of peace and assurance that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks, societal pressures, or fleeting successes. In essence, faith acts as both compass and anchor, guiding our choices and grounding our hearts in the assurance that our lives have enduring meaning, even when the path is uncertain and the future is unseen. Many people spend their lives chasing things that are fleeting, hoping that temporary pleasures or external validation will fill the void within. The problem is that the world is filled with distractions that promise satisfaction but deliver only emptiness. Wealth, recognition, popularity, and material comfort can provide brief moments of happiness, but they cannot satisfy the deeper longings of the soul. Those who build their lives on these shifting foundations often find themselves caught in a cycle of desire and disappointment, always reaching for more yet never feeling truly fulfilled. Avoiding the pursuit of the temporary requires wisdom and discernment. It calls for the ability to see beyond the surface allure of what is popular, trendy, or immediately gratifying, and to focus instead on what truly matters. This means prioritizing choices and actions that have lasting impact rather than those that offer short-lived pleasure or recognition. It requires evaluating opportunities, relationships, and ambitions through the lens of long-term significance rather than immediate gain. People who chase the temporary often sacrifice the things that really endure. They may invest time, energy, and resources into pursuits that fade with time, neglecting relationships, character development, and purposeful contributions that leave a legacy. In contrast, those who resist the lure of the fleeting understand that true value is found in what can withstand the tests of time. It is found in acts of service, in integrity, in the consistent practice of love, and in the faithful pursuit of a life aligned with purpose. Avoiding the temporary also demands self-control and discipline. It is tempting to take shortcuts, to choose the easy path, or to seek approval from others rather than staying true to one's convictions. Yet the decisions made in these moments define the trajectory of a life. Every choice to resist what is superficial and embrace what is substantial strengthens the foundation upon which a meaningful life is built. Furthermore, focusing on what is enduring provides clarity and direction. It allows one to filter distractions, prioritize efforts, and make decisions that reflect long-term vision rather than short-term impulses. By doing so, a person cultivates a life that is not at the mercy of trends, fleeting successes, or external pressures, but rather anchored in purpose, values, and legacy. In recognizing the fleeting nature of worldly pursuits, individuals are empowered to invest in what truly matters, ensuring that their lives resonate with significance, impact, and fulfillment that cannot be taken away by time, circumstance, or societal change. Legacy is the measure of a life that truly matters, and it is built not by the accolades we receive, but by the impact we leave behind. Every action we take, every decision we make, and every relationship we nurture contributes to the story that will outlive us. People often focus on immediate success or personal gain, forgetting that the true significance of a life is reflected in what remains when we are no longer present. Legacy is about influence, the positive imprint we leave on others, the lessons we teach, and the love we share. It is expressed in the lives we touch, the guidance we provide, and the encouragement we offer to those who follow in our footsteps. Building a lasting legacy requires intentionality. It requires thinking beyond the moment and considering how our actions will resonate into the future. It is about investing time, energy, and resources in ways that have enduring value rather than chasing fleeting rewards. Legacy is cultivated in everyday decisions, choosing to mentor someone, choosing to act with integrity when no one is watching, choosing to serve others selflessly. These small, consistent choices accumulate over time to create an enduring impact. Importantly, legacy is relational. It is not something we create alone, but in connection with others. The encouragement we offer to a young person, the support we give to a colleague, the love we extend to family and friends, all of these become threads in the tapestry of influence that continues long after our lifetime. Legacy also requires vision and foresight. It involves looking beyond our immediate circumstances and considering the long-term consequences of our choices. Will the work we do today uplift and equip others tomorrow? Will the values we model inspire future generations? These are the questions that shape a life of enduring significance. Additionally, legacy is strengthened by consistency and faithfulness. It is not built in a single grand gesture, but in a lifetime of disciplined choices aligned with purpose and principle. The struggles we endure, the lessons we learn, and the perseverance we demonstrate all contribute to a narrative that inspires, teaches, and encourages those who come after us. A meaningful legacy ensures that a life is not measured solely by personal achievements or temporary recognition, but by the lasting difference made in the world. It transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary influence and gives purpose to both our triumphs and our trials. When we live with legacy in mind, we recognize that every moment is an opportunity to shape something eternal, to leave an imprint that endures, and to participate in a story far greater than ourselves. In the end, a life well lived is not measured by what we gain, but by the purpose we embrace, the choices we make, the lives we touch, and the legacy we leave behind. Choose the path that leads to true meaning, a meaning that endures, inspires, and stands the test of time.